Ram 1500, built tough, but maybe just a little bit inbred. Just like a purebred dog with dodgy hips, the Ram's got a weak spot that you need to know about before it bites back.
Oh, let's get into it.
That's my line. So guys, if you didn't know, we have got a Ram 1500, and the reason why I bought it is, yes, it's a big American truck, and why do you buy one of those? So you can tow, and that's what we've done. So predominantly, as you would when you buy a new car, we literally just threw the van behind it and did a whole lot of kilometers towing our caravan. We've done Brisbane to Melbourne with the van, we've done Brisbane to Birdsville with the van, we've done Brisbane to Mildura with the van, and so there's a few trips there that are long hauls, lots of highway, and then off-road as well. One other thing though, guys, is that we're not overly heavy in our vehicle. It literally has a tub on the back with a fridge and some gear in the rear, and that's about it. So right now we're sitting at about 25,000 Ks on the clock on our 1500. Now yes, our caravan is a 4.5 ton rated van. It doesn't weigh that all the time, but that's what it says on these things that you can do with them, 4.5 ton tow. Unfortunately though, there is a bit of a problem. So if you've got a 1500, DT is pretty much where we're hearing where most of the problems are. DSs seem to be a little bit exempt out of this, but we have discovered a problem with this particular vehicle and its chassis. So why do the DT 1500 Ram chassis tend to crack? Well, it's basically a design issue on the vehicle. Now, did Ram decide that they wanted to do this to cut corners? Who knows? But real quick rundown is where your coil towers are, or if you've got a limited, you got airbags there instead. They basically minimize the chassis around that section, and then over time, when you've got teetering on the rear, and if you've ever driven a Ram down the road with caravan on the back, you can actually see the tub doing that off the back. Basically what tends to happen is in that area around the coil towers is where you will start to see cracks appearing, or even if you hit it bad enough, you're going to bend the actual chassis in that same kind of place. Now, there might be other people out there that have got fixes for this problem, but we have teamed up with the guys up at Superior to tackle this and actually bring something to market that is going to help sort out the old Ram doing its fold in half trick. Now, before you all start smashing it out on the keyboards at home with each other, every single vehicle has its little niggly problems. Just like purebred dogs, German Shepherds have got hip problems. Frenchies, mate, those things can't even breathe out of their own noses. Alright, so we needed a fix for the 1500 Ram. That's why we're here at Superior Engineering HQ. These guys do chassis bracing, suspension, they do it every day of the week. So we wanted to team up with somebody that we already work closely with. These guys are going to help us out to come up with a solution for the Ram. Let's have a look, see what they're up to. All right, so come on with me. We're gonna jump in here and have a quick look in a bit more detail of what the boys are doing to actually make this happen. So you've got bracing that is going underneath the chassis and the problem area around the coil towers. What's happening with the vehicles is under the load that is coming from the coils and possibly airbags, if you do have helper airbags as well, the chassis are actually bowing together. So there's a nice big plate that goes across the top, and it is welded in, guys, so that means tub off for this job, and possibly, depending on your model, fuel tank out as well to actually gain access to put this type of system in. But that is essentially what the guys have come up with, and that's what's going to help solve this problem. Well, that situation's a bit of a bitch. Anyway, let's head back to VAW so we can get ourselves sorted, because this thing's coming back very soon. Well, while I'm here, I don't think Amy's going to mind me buying a few things. Geez, this one sounds like it's a pretty good time. Oh, That one might be better. I wonder if she'd let me buy like all of these. Ha! Need a new app. Thanks, boys.
Oi, you haven't paid for that.
So a lot of you might be sitting there thinking, well, this guy bought this car not too long ago. It's only got 25,000 Ks on the clock. Why didn't you just take it back to Ram and complain about it? Well, the issue with that is the actual design of the chassis is the problem. So say I took it back to those guys and fought my way to get my warranty for my broken chassis, they'll probably blame my aftermarket wheels and tires. They'd probably blame my aftermarket suspension. They'll probably blame me for overloading the vehicle when clearly it's well within the weights that the paperwork states. Then I possibly would have had to wait for them to replace my chassis with what? Yes, you guessed it, another genuine Ram chassis with the same issue. So that is the reason why we went to the guys at Superior, and they have come up with a solution for us to actually solve the problem on the DT 1500 Ram. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when this is actually going to happen. And I didn't think I was going to be in this position at 25,000 Ks, believe you me. I was hoping that I would have got at least, I don't know, 70? I don't know what I was hoping, but more than 25 odd thousand Ks, I'll tell you that much. By installing the chassis brace kit, well, you're gonna actually prolong the life of your vehicle. So putting that in is going to make your towing experience a lot nicer, and you can actually keep your car for longer than 25 odd thousand Ks without it folding in half. If you're still here watching because you've got a Ram DT 1500 and you're like, hey Brent, you didn't tell me if I can get it, make sure you send us an email to quotes@bawauto.com.au and our sales team will help you sort your Benderoony car. No dramas at all. So what's the worst thing that can happen if you just leave it alone and full send it down the highway? Look, we've actually seen it in the shed a few different times. We've had one that has folded. We've had ones that have completely cracked. And basically the rear end of your vehicle just leaves the chat completely. It isn't pretty, they are problematic for it, and it's just not a fun time. For those of you who do have a DT 1500 Ram and have had it for a while, sitting on the couch going, ha, not my Ram, it doesn't happen to mine, come back in 12 months and let me know how you go with that one. Well, the big girl's back. I've put it back together. We even took it away on the weekend, towing the van, and let me tell you, it is behaving way better than what it was from the factory. I'm actually quite surprised the difference in feel that it gives you behind the wheel. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, make sure you subscribe. That way you can see my big ugly face next week. Thanks guys, catch ya.